Rocky.
Hi friends, today I'm going to show you how I repaired some of my articulated Barbie parts. This is DeMarcus. This is the body that he came in. You can see him on the right, and his body was really restricting him to movements because it wasn't articulated. So I ordered an articulated body online, a 12-inch one. Unfortunately, I could only find white bodies, and so I tried to paint this body. I used the wrong kind of paint, and it did not turn out very well, as you can see. Plus, the body came with one of the knees broken off. But I was in such a rush to get him in the scene that I went ahead and just went with it. You can see there the joints. When I would bend them, the paint would scrape off. His head was not a direct fit, and so his head was pretty wobbly in the scene as well. So you can see him in this scene, and this is a Barbie birth emergency part 1. I put him in the very front, so his body wouldn't be shown very well. Good enough for the time, so I wanted to get him the body that he deserves. And so fortunately I found the fresh dolls, and so I ordered a couple of dolls and did a head swap, added some hair. The first day I was working with him, I squeezed his arms together in a way that they're not supposed to bend, and his arm snapped off. So I was determined to find a way to put him back together. You can see that I did some trial and error, and so there was a little bit of hot glue left in there. But what I did is I clipped a piece of wire and I inserted it all the way up into the arm and even went kind of into the torso. I put a drop of hot glue, and then I wrapped the rounded part around the joint there in his arm, and then just kind of put it back in. It's attached well and it's stable. You can see there's a little bit of that wire that is still showing. I got a little bit of paint and touched it up. But I don't know, I may end up putting a long sleeve t-shirt under his scrubs just to make it look a little better. If you want to check out the first video where DeMarcus debuts, then click the link in the upper right hand corner. Again, Marissa came with an unarticulated stiff body, and so I found an articulated doll, the same color of her skin. And I've been head swapping and sharing that body. Unfortunately, I keep my house so freakishly cold that one day when I was gently removing her head, the plastic was so cold and brittle it just snapped. I learned my lesson because I should have been running it under hot water as recommended. I just used some tape and I put it in there, and it worked so-so. You can see her in this scene. If it wasn't for her long, beautiful but heavy hair, it probably would be okay, but the weight of her hair kept pulling her head back. When I watched this video on my big screen, I realized that she wasn't even making direct eye contact with Skylar. So that's my secret there. If you watch the video, then you'll know what's happening with her head. You can see the pieces of that original head joint that snapped. I was able to work with that and pull those out with tweezers. Then I decided I would just use the idea of a good old-fashioned Christmas bulb ornament and the way those handles are. Here's a picture of that. So I clipped a piece of wire, I rounded it, and I inserted the round part up into Marissa's head, and then the bottom pieces I just inserted right into the neck. And I did just real slightly curl those little pieces. It's working pretty well. Her head is staying stable. I want to know, how do the rest of you fix your articulated dolls? If you have a better way to fix these Barbie joints, please comment below and give me some tips. Okay, and thank you for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.